I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is a coin set that I personally would not buy brand new, but it's a pretty cool set and it's got some unique and very interesting designs. So when a national bullion dealer said to me, have a look on our website and tell us what you'd like to feature on your channel, and this caught my eye, I was like, yeah, let's have a look at that. That's a pretty cool coin set. So there's a lot of gold here and it's a very cool and unique set. We're going to have a good close look at it and talk about it and see what it's all about and whether or not it might be worth buying. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for this week's InFocus Friday, where we take a good close look at something cool made of gold. And we have a very cool gold sovereign set here. This is the King George III Sovereign Collection from the East India Company, but it has been sent to me by Chards, one of the leading UK bullion dealers. If you've not heard of them before, then you need to go and check them out. There's a link in the description box below to their website. We can get new modern bullion as well as a whole massive wealth of second-hand gold. And I scoured through all of their old school bits and bobs that they've got there and picked out this set. Not to keep, I would add. They haven't sent me this to keep, but to showcase here on the channel, because it's the kind of thing that you just wouldn't see on a normal day-to-day basis. And it's pretty cool to see these kind of coins. And also talk a little bit about these third-party mints, sovereign sets and collections, and whether or not they are something that should be looked at, can be invested in, invested being a sort of inverted commas word, but can you stack these kind of coins? Are they worth it? Are they nice enough to stack? So go and check out Chards, links in the description box below to their website. There's a second-hand section with plenty of different things, something for everybody. And also you can find all of the new modern bullion offerings that they have as well. So here is the East India Company King George III 2020 Sovereign Gold Proof 5-coin set. Now, I do just want to start up by saying that this is not sponsored by the East India Company of London at all in any way, and I'm not going to really go into too much detail about potentially what this set might have been priced at when it was brand new from that company. We all know that a lot of times with proof coins, that when you buy brand new as a proof coin, the chances of it being a profitable venture in terms of an investment is low. These are collectible coins and sold as such. However, after a period of time, sometimes people will buy these coins and then sell them, and dealers like Chards will be able to buy them. And then, of course, part of the job of Chards is to resell these coins. They are, at the end of the day, a coin seller. And one thing that you will always find with Chards is that they do a lot of research and they price things in a fair way for what products are. And so through the entirety of the second-hand section on the Chards website, you'll see products which are benchmarked against what realistic prices should be from a dealer. So you're gonna maybe still pay a little bit more than if, like, I had this coin set that I wanted to sell. I would probably just want to get rid of it and put it in at a certain price point, maybe something lower than the dealers. But the dealers are there to, they're a business at the end of the day, not a charity. But still, it does represent a good way of being able to potentially pick up these third-party mint coin sets at very affordable prices, certainly a little bit more than maybe when they were brand new from the various collectors. So as I've always said with these types of products, it's a cautionary tale to invest in them, invest being a very much word in inverted commas, because as with all collectibles, as with all proof coins, buy it because you like it. Don't buy it because you think you're going to make boatloads of money on it, because at the end of the day, the vast majority of proof coins end up not doing that well financially. There are a few gems in the rough that you need to work through to get to those. But this set is pretty cool. It caught my eye on the Chards website, as would I think a lot of other coin sets and coins that they've got up there. What I like most about this set is that it's really diverse. It's got a load of different designs all on the 5 different coins. So we've got here the quintuple, which has the St. George and the Dragon on it. And you can see that new different sort of look and feel to it that you might have seen on our traditional sovereigns. We've got, of course, a different portrait of Queen Elizabeth on the reverse there. Now, this is the George III Sovereign Collection, which you can also see commemorated here with the George III and the little, so this little mark here would often be put on coins as like a stamp duty, or a duty, not stamp duty is the wrong phrase, like a duty on the coins to make sure that they were in fact real and good and proper coinage. So that's pretty cool to have that design harking back. There's King George III. And then for many, this will be a recognizable product here, the spade version of the spade guinea. So this is a really beautiful design, and I wear a spade guinea necklace around my neck. I love it. In fact, if I can one-handed try and get it off, I will show it to you very quickly. But I love this design. I think it's one of the coolest things. It harks back to a period of British history, which, granted, has a checkered past. It's always a difficult one with British history, isn't it, when you're talking about the history of the British Empire? But you know, we were an empire at the end of the day, and the sun never set on the empire of the United Kingdom and Britain. So there's the original spade guinea, and there's the modern adaptation are here on this coin. So pretty cool to see those. And there, of course, on the other side we have King George, in fact. So you can see the two of them there. The portrait that we see on, oh, we'll get it in focus, there we go. This is InFocus Friday after all. So you can see there the portrait on the left being a slightly thinner version of him, but one would argue a slightly less flattering version of him as well. So interesting monarch, of course, King George III, the one that presided over the losing of the United States colonies to the empire, of course, but we're not bitter about that in any way, shape or form, are we? So anyway, we'll move on from that. Then moving down, we've got the half sovereign and the quarter here with the sort of almost four corners of the Great British Isles design on there, and this really nice coat of arms on there as well. So all in all, it's a really nice set, and it's nice to have a diverse set for a change, because often with coin sets from, say, the Royal Mint, they are just the same design on every single coin within the set, whereas this one at least has those five different designs, I should say. So I think that's pretty cool and a very sort of interesting coin set to have. So we can see here all of the specifications. These are 22 karat gold. They are the same specifications as the sovereigns. And here's an interesting little tidbit, an unknown fact to you all. The word sovereign for a coin is not something that is trademarked by the Royal Mint or the Treasury. So anyone can go and make a sovereign. I could go and make a sovereign, and if it meets the diameters, the weights and the thresholds of purity, you can call it a sovereign, and that's, I think, a crazy little thing. Will it make it a legal tender? I don't know if I just go and made a sovereign whether that would make it legal tender, but from here we can see that it is saying it's a £1/sovereign. So interesting to sort of see where that would be in terms of the legalities of a legal tender side of things, and also a capital gains tax situation. I don't know if these are CGT exempt or not, but it's certainly something to have a look at. I know that Isle of Man sovereigns are CGT exempt, so whether or not this would be exempt because it is technically classified as a pound denominated sovereign, I don't know. That's something for other people to work out and have a look at. So yeah, very interesting to see this set, and a huge thank you to Chards for sending it through for us to have a look at, because it is, I think, pretty cool and unique, and you're not going to really see a lot of these. And what I would say is, if you are looking to pick up these kind of weird and wonderful sovereign collections and sets, then definitely worth looking at the likes of Chards and other third-party sources, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a damn sight cheaper than buying from the original minters of these. So as a weird and wonderful collection, it's pretty cool, and I like it, and I like that I've been able to get to show it here. So let me know down in the comment section which of the 5 designs is your favorite. I am a bit partial to that spade guinea personally, and the big 5 sovereign piece is pretty cool as well. So go and check out Chards' website. There's a link in the description box below. You can find all of their weird and wonderful secondhand products, as well as their new Bullion offerings. A huge thank you to them for sponsoring our channel, and we'll see you guys on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.